Hi ladies, Nagar here from Girls Gone Strong, and today I want to talk to you about how you can get in some efficient workouts when you're really short on time. Probably the most common excuse I hear from people with regards to why they don't exercise is that they don't have time. As a single parent running multiple businesses and traveling constantly, I totally understand what it's like to be busy, don't get me wrong. But the one thing that I never sacrifice, that I always make time for, is exercise. Sometimes I get to the gym, sometimes I don't, and I end up working out at home. But one way or another, I make sure that I do something for my body every single day. And the reason why that's so important is because even though we all have family obligations and work obligations, when you take care of you, you're your happiest self. When you're happy, the people around you are most likely to be happy. Your work will be more productive. Your time with your family will be more well spent. So make sure that you try to carve out about 20 minutes a day just to make exercise time for you. Whether it means watching 20 minutes less of TV a day or spending 20 minutes less time on the computer, whatever that is, carve out just 20 minutes and do one of these workouts that I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you two workouts. They're not necessarily going to be the workouts that are going to skyrocket your strength levels. Maybe, maybe not. It really all depends on where you're starting in your exercise journey. If you're brand new to exercise, then yes, absolutely. However, no matter where you are, these workouts are definitely going to encourage fat loss. So we're going to do an A workout and a B workout. And what I want you to do is alternate these workouts. So for the first week, you might do A, B, A. And the second week you might do B, A, B. And preferably you're going to be doing these workouts about 3 times a week. Both of the workouts are just 5 exercises that you can do with very minimal equipment. I'm going to show you with a kettlebell because that's what I happen to have at home. But you can do these exercises with dumbbells as well, okay? So the first workout is going to be 5 exercises. And the first exercise we're going to do is a squat. If you've never done a squat before, please feel free to just do it with your body weight. If you're pretty solid in that regard, then absolutely use some weight. So I'm going to use this kettlebell and I'm going to hold it what's called goblet style. You can do this with a dumbbell too, or you can put 2 dumbbells on your shoulders. And all I'm going to do is squat down and back up. Make sure I go all the way down and stand all the way up. And depending on how heavy my weight is and how advanced I am, I'm going to do anywhere from about 8 to 12 repetitions of that exercise. The next exercise I'm going to do is going to be down on the ground. I'm going to do something called plank hand touches. And I'm going to start in a plank position. And what I'm going to do is move my hands back and forth, touching the other hand, but I'm going to hold my plank position, so I'm not going to let my butt go up and down or lose my form. So that looks like this, side to side, nice and tight, using my core. And you can do that exercise for about 30 to 45 seconds or whatever set period of time you've decided. The next exercise is going to be a reverse lunge. And just like we did with the squat, you can hold a weight here, you can hold 2 weights here, or you can do it with your body weight. So all we're going to do is step back and step forward, alternating each time. And from the side, so you can see that I keep my body nice and tall. I'm really using my glutes and my legs. And really engaging my core so that I stay really stable throughout the movement. The next exercise is going to be a bent over row. So I'm going to take that weight that I was using for my squats and I'm going to sit back into my hips. And as you can see, I'm moving from my hips, not from my back. Knees are soft, shoulder pulled back, and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blade back, pretending like I'm holding on to something underneath my armpit so that I really use the muscles in my back as opposed to shrugging up and using the muscles here in my shoulder. And again, 8 to 12 reps on each side, depending on how advanced you are and how heavy your weight is. You can do that with 1 kettlebell or dumbbell, 2 at the same time, or you can even alternate. The last exercise we're going to do is a squat jump. If this is a little too advanced for you, no worries. Maybe just jump rope or jumping jacks or even run in place. But all we're going to do is squat down and jump up. We're going to squat all the way down and jump all the way up. And as you can see from the side, I'm fully extending my hips. So I'm really using my glutes and my trunk in that exercise. And from the front, I want you to notice that my knees aren't caving in when I jump. So nice and stable. That's workout A. You can do 5 rounds of that, and as you can see, I'm already a little out of breath, and I didn't even do all the reps or all the sets. So I'd recommend doing about 3 to 5 rounds of that, taking about 15 to 20 minutes to get that full body workout. The next workout, workout B, again, 5 exercises, slightly different focus. The first exercise we're going to do is called a single leg deadlift. You can start this with your body weight, and then if you feel really proficient, you can add weights in your hands. What we're going to do is stand on one leg and sit back into the hip, making sure that we're using the glute and the hamstring as opposed to using the back. So you want to make sure your back is nice and flat and that your knee bends as you go back to really allow you to put the load in your glute and hamstring. You can put your hands here for balance, you can put them on your hips, on your low back, or you can use weight. And again, about 8 to 12 per side, depending on how advanced you are and how heavy your weights are. The next exercise we're going to do is a push-up. If you're not at the place yet where you're doing push-ups on the ground, no problem. I highly recommend using a bench or a sturdy table to do incline push-ups as opposed to coming down onto your knees. But if that's not available, absolutely come down onto your knees. Wherever you are, I just want you to make sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders and that you focus on having a really nice, tight body. So preferably from your ear to your ankle, you'd be a nice straight line. So wherever you end up doing your push-ups, I just want you to do as many as you can. I'm going to do them on the floor so you can see. I'm going to move that weight so I don't bonk my head. And all I'm going to do is lower my entire body and lift my entire body. All together, so we don't want any butt raises or sags or anything like that. Everything goes down together, everything comes up together. The next exercise is a little bit more complicated. This one's called a skater squat, but I chose it because it's a great body weight exercise that you can get a lot of benefit from that you don't need any equipment for. So what we're going to do here is just like we did with the single leg deadlift, we're going to stand on one leg, except this time we're going to reach our arms out in front and the other leg is going to go back. So you notice I'm going a lot deeper on this exercise than I did on the single leg squat, but you're only going to go back as far as you can. So let's say you can only go there. That's totally okay. That's where you're going to go. And then your goal, instead of adding weight, should be to increase your range of motion so that your back knee gets closer to the ground. Okay? Making sure you have those arms out in front because that counterbalance is really important. The next exercise we're going to do is an overhead press. So again, you're going to take whatever weight you're using, whether it's a kettlebell, 1 dumbbell, or 2 dumbbells, and you're going to stand up nice and tall and press it overhead, making sure that you keep space between your ear and your shoulder and you straighten out your elbow. If that's too heavy, no problem. Go ahead and turn it into a push press. And all that entails is a little dip of the legs. So it becomes more of a power exercise because you're really using your entire body to get that weight overhead. And again, you can do that with 1 weight, with 2 weights at the same time, or even alternating weights. And the last exercise we're going to do is a kettlebell swing. If you don't have a kettlebell available, you can absolutely do this exercise with dumbbells. Not as effective, but definitely doable. And if neither of those are appropriate for you, you can go back to the squat jump, or a jumping jack, or a jump rope, or even just running in place. Anything that's getting you metabolic and get your heart rate up. But just to show you what a good kettlebell swing looks like, it's going to be similar to the position that we took when we were doing the bench over row and or the single leg deadlift, except obviously we're on 2 legs. So nice flat back, good hinge of the hips, and lots of power in the hips to move the weight. As you can see, my whole body is straight at the top, and my back is flat at the bottom, and my arms are nice and relaxed. So they're not lifting up the kettlebell. My hips are moving the kettlebell. Okay? So that's the kettlebell swing. Again, anywhere from 8 to maybe even 15 or 20 repetitions on that exercise, depending on how advanced you are. And that's workout B. 3 to 5 rounds. It'll take you 15 to 20 minutes. If you're first starting out, Take longer breaks if necessary. As you get more accustomed to it and your skill level and your fitness level increases, maybe take less rest periods and make it more metabolic. So those are 2 workouts you can do if you're limited on time, 15 to 20 minutes maximum. So the excuse that you don't have time just simply doesn't fly anymore. That's it for today, guys. We'll see you next time.